Hey guys, welcome back. I got a piece of vellum here, and I've got a silicone mat here, and I want to try to do the little wax beads, you know, to make the wax papers. I've seen several people do this before. The first person I think I watched do it was Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah do it, and that was a few years ago. I've got these little wax things that came from Hobby Lobby. My daughter gave them to me. I don't think you need very many, but I put the silicone mat down because it's heat resistant. I didn't want to warp my cutting mat. But I'm going to put a piece of wax paper down. I think this is wax paper. It was just on a roll. It could be parchment paper, but I'm going to put it down. I don't have like a, you know, regular, like a small craft iron or anything. I just have a Cricut iron. I don't know if it'll work. And I don't know how warm it's supposed to be or not supposed to be, because I've never heard anybody say that might be a little too hot. Okay. Now it's actually warping this yellow mat that's under here, and that's okay. So it's not thin anymore, but it does leave a coating of wax. I don't know if that's too much or not, but it looks interesting. And I've got a regular piece of paper here, like just regular. Looks like there's a little bit of wax left on the wax paper, so I'm just gonna go over it like that. Let's see if that does anything. Oh yeah, that feels interesting. Let me put it over here. On that side and see if it'll pick up anything. Yeah, that looks interesting. This was done on presentation paper, so I don't know. I think Gail Augustinelli has done this in a few videos, and I don't know who all has tried this, but I thought, well, I got these wax beads that Kayla had given me, so might as well use them for something. Just be careful because it is warm when you pull it up. Okay. looks like that is dry. Yeah, it just leaves like a waxy coating on there. It just feels like waxed paper. I've got another piece of vellum here. It's been printed on. Let's see, I got these images from Pixabay. I feel like that might be too much. I don't think you need that many. That might be too much. I don't know. Yeah, that one's hot, but looks pretty interesting nonetheless. I'm not gonna add any more wax beads yet. I'm just gonna see what it looks like. If you don't have wax beads though, I've heard that you can just use the shiny side of the wax paper over the top of paper as well. And it will give a bit of a coating on it. Got a few little stray bits here that came off the paper. I mean, it does feel interesting on the paper because it does go through to the other side. And there's that piece of vellum. I mean, I don't really know what you do with them after you and I guess you can use them in your journals or make pockets or something out of them. Now these wax beads are not scented. I don't use scented wax or anything because I'm very sensitive to fragrances and things, so. Although you can, I've heard of people just using like the little wax melts. Like the little scented pellets or the scented, like things that go into the oil burners things. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's interesting. So this is one of the dried papers. Yeah, I will say if it's not on vellum, it does have a more interesting feel, but the vellum is real, like super waxy. Although I wonder, like if you had like colored wax, like if it was a brownish color, if it would age paper or something. There's the first one. I think it kind of got a big thick coating of wax on it. But it's still interesting nonetheless. And there's another one of the regular pages. And this other one. And that's what that one looks like dried now. I wish you could feel it though. It does feel pretty neat though on the presentation paper. Let's see. Maybe do this one. I'm sure I'll probably need to wipe my iron off when I'm done, but it'd probably work better if I had like a smaller craft iron, but I don't, and I didn't see the point of spending the extra money to get one when I have a craft iron. I don't have a Cricut anymore. The iron came with it, but I thought, well, I could use the iron for, you know, ironing like coffee or tea-dyed pages if the, you know, because sometimes even when you flatten it with a book, it doesn't always flatten the best. Yeah, you don't have to use the wax paper. I just was kind of, oh, that's hot. Be careful. So I'll set that one off to the side to dry. I've got one more piece of vellum here that I will do. But I thought, you know, putting the wax paper on would, or the parchment, whatever it is, would just protect the iron. Because I didn't want to get any like black marks or whatever all over the iron. Yeah, that one's going to have marks where it moved. So I'd say that might have been a little too much wax. I wonder if I can remelt that and kind of move it a little. Yeah, that's better. I'll set that off to the side. Let me just try and use what's left over for a second. I'm going to turn that off now because that was my last piece of paper. Alright, so I got a few wax pieces that were left on the thing. Throw that away. Close up my thing here. Alright, so that is what that piece looks like, dried. And it feels very interesting on both sides, very waxy. And then that one is dried. I really like the way it feels on the presentation paper. Okay, that's for something else. And then these, they just have a very pleasant feel. So, I just love the way they feel. I'm sure on like regular printer paper it would be fine too. And that has an interesting texture. I still think that might be too much on that one. I wonder if that's warm enough to kind of go back over a little. Yeah. Alright, I'll set that off to the side now to dry. And then see what it looks like. And there's that one. Just gives a nice feel to that paper. There's the other wax paper vellum sheet that we did. You know, gives interesting texture and stuff on the back too, an interesting feel. And then that piece there. And okay, I'm just going to roll that up because I use this for wax seals stuff anyway, so it's designed for wax. or, well, it's not designed for wax. It's just designed to be heat resistant, but I use it with wax. And that's alright that this got warped a little. I just use it to glue on anyway. Because it's not really a self-healing mat. I don't know if you can tell, but it actually did warp my mat under here. So if you're going to use that, you might want to put cardboard or something down. But I had the heat on fairly high on here too. I'm not super worried about it because it's such an old mat. I've had this thing for about 3 or 4 years. But yeah, oh, that looks a little better on there. Still has an interesting feel. I would have to say I actually prefer it on the presentation paper or like printer's paper better than the vellum. But I had to give it a try and see what it was like. But yeah, when we come back, we're gonna make some vellum labels. I'll show you guys how to do these vellum labels, and you won't require the use of an iron. But yeah, just kind of a quick video to do the little wax paper things. You know, I gave it a shot, and I'll put it in my stash, and I'll definitely use them here and there. I just wanted to try something new and give it a go. I feel like the vellum might make really interesting glassine bags, though. And now that it's, you know, been now that it's been waxed, like, well, you could fold it a little bit better than that, but, you know. Just kind of glue that down, or probably use double-sided tape though. But it does kind of make it a little sturdier, I will say. Let's try that. See if double-sided tape will even stick down with that. I don't know if it will. So we'll just experiment with it and see if it works. Because I don't know if that alters that any or not. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I have no idea what they're barking at. I don't know what they think they've heard. It does stick. Alright. Cool. Okay. So now you have a glassine bag. Little wax kind of bag. So excellent. And double-sided tape sticks to it just fine. And I'm sure you could probably take out your little thumb notch if you wanted it. Excellent. Yeah, I just had to give that a try and see if it worked. Alright guys, that is it for me today, and I will see you guys back here again really soon, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.